this system of inequalities, notice that we have less than or equal to here and a less than or equal to there. That means both of these are going to have solid lines. Now this first one here, that is x less than or equal to -2. When you have x equal a number, that's a vertical line. So for our first part of graphing this, we're going to have a vertical solid line at -2 on our x. And then we need to figure out where would this be shaded. Well, less than or equal to, that means we want smaller than or equal to. That would be all the values in this direction here. Now, since it's all the values over here, when we draw the other one, our overlap needs to be over here somewhere. So let's go ahead and look at our second one. Our second one is in standard form, so let's go ahead and use our intercepts. We'll start with our x-intercept for graphing that. On the x-intercept, our y equals 0. Plugging 0 in for y, we get -2x minus 4 times 0 equals 8. So we have -2x equals 8. Divide by -2, and we find out x equals -4. That's an intercept at -4, 0. Let's put a point there. That's a point right there in that position. Now let's find our y-intercept. For our y-intercept, our x is 0. Replacing the x with 0, you get -2 times 0 minus 4y will equal 8. And this will be eliminated just to leave us with -4y equals 8. And then divide by -4, so y equals -2. That's a y-intercept of 0, -2. Let's plot that. That's right here. If we connect these 2 points with a solid line, we get our line for our second inequality landing right there. Now we need to figure out where does this second one shade. If it shades on this side of the line, then we would want to shade in this area. If it shades up here, the overlap will be in here. So why don't we test our point 0, 0 to see if this equation shades on this side or if it's going to shade on the other side. So we're going to plug in 0 for x and 0 for y, which would be replacing it with the origin. So -2 times 0 minus 4 times 0, is that less than or equal to 8? Well, that makes 0 less than or equal to 8, which is true. Since this point over here is true, everything on this side would be true. But the only place where we will overlap with the first equation is in this area up here. So this area up here is where all the solution points are that satisfy both of these equations. And that would be a picture of your graph for this particular system.